18 miles out, or as Rick wanted to call it, 18 and 3/4 miles out, because Rick extended it. He didn't want to park. He wanted to put him somewhere safe where Randall would feel loved and cared for.
I mean, come on, you're leaving this guy in the middle of a zombie apocalypse to fend for himself with minimal supplies. Still got an injured leg. I mean, I can't imagine his leg's at full operating capacity here. What does it matter if you dump him in the fucking middle of the road or you leave him in a school? To be honest, knowing the way this place is, knowing the way they want, you could argue that he'd have been safer at this fucking side of the road. I mean, you're putting him in an abandoned school where there is more likely it's a school, so it was likely to be a higher populated place, and there could be a shitload of walkers at the school, which we actually find out there is. But I mean, I just didn't get that. I mean, honestly, if it was me being dropped off and I was injured, I think I would rather be dropped off in the woods than dropped off in a city,
a public building, so to speak.
Am I right in thinking that, or?
Yeah, definitely. But Rick, everything is Rick's fault, man.
I agree.
You know, we see a lot of stuff here. With Shane looking out into the field, he sees a lone walker. This could implicate a lot of things. He sees himself in the walker because he's alone. No one likes him.
He's alone in this group, man. No one fucking listens to him, even though he's right pretty much about everything. He gets treated as if he's this, bad, horrible person. Don't quite understand it, but that's the direction of the show.
That's it. But the car stops at a crossroads, and Rick, he finally confronts Shane about Laurie, and Carter's like, "You stay away, man." It's basically his inner Laurie.
Yeah, I mean, it's Rick. That's my wife. That is my son. That is my unborn child.
I know, Shane. I wanted to break your jaw. I wanted you to swallow those teeth. And Shane's just sitting there, taking it. And
that wasn't weakness. It took everything I had not to react. Alright, Rick, I mean, we've heard all these things before. Even at this stage, it's like, fuck, Rick, just
You've talked to people in this group about stuff that's fucking, a million times less important. I mean, look, he was up fucking Herschel's ass every scene. Oh, you gotta let it stay. I mean, well, what's more pressing, right? Them staying at the farm or fucking what's happening in your fucking actual personal life here? I mean, well, maybe Herschel is personal, because whatever's going on between those two seems more than fucking cowboy and sheriff to me.
Shane's like, I want you to know that I never looked at her before then. So Shane's basically saying, look, it just happened. And I think Rick's saying, well, here. If anything, let's go back to season 1 where Rick says, Shane, I can never repay you. I mean, that's what it all boils down to. So I think Rick is kind of maybe kept this quiet based on the fact that, what's he going to do? Get in a fight? Fucking criticise the guy that kept his family alive? I mean, I'm not saying it's an ideal situation, but...
Yeah, at least Rick comes from it with a logical point of view. All Laurie's seeing now is, oh, you told me my husband was dead, and it's all your fault, none of it's my fault.
I mean, she would literally fucking... The way she makes it seem as if Shane was like, fuck it, I'm going to leave him in this hospital and steal his family. Which is clearly not what happened, but... I mean, that's the way she would make you see it.
If she was that bothered about Rick, why didn't she go to the hospital with Shane? Oh, but what about Carl? Fuck, bring the whole family, man. I'm sure he can do something himself. But
sure, we even see from the flashbacks that Shane did try to save Rick. He couldn't get out with him. He checked for a heartbeat, man, and fucking he couldn't hear anything. He said, give me a sign. The next minute, the whole building fucking collapsed, and Rick's machine dies. I mean, if that's not a sign that the guy was dead, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, if he didn't have a heartbeat, right? What's the point of him carrying a dead body at the hospital?
Yeah.
It's just slowing himself down.
Anyway, right, Shane and Rick come to the agreement that, yeah, they're going to try and work together. They're going to, be peace and harmony, and maybe they're going to try and put all this, I don't want to call it bad blood, but I guess they haven't been really seen eye to eye ever since they turned up. But, I mean, I can kind of see from, it seems like Shane was the de facto leader of this group until Rick turned up, and all of a sudden, I don't know if it's because Rick was a higher ranking officer, but it seems to be I
think the group would give a shit about that,
No, but is it... So why has Rick automatically come in and just kind of assumed leadership? I don't know when it exactly is, but it feels like Rick's been the leader since they returned from Atlanta the second time.
Yeah, I'd say
Like Shane,
so.
cause remember even Shane's like, I trust this guy with my life. When they're talking about like Rick thinking they should go for the CDC, CQC.
I feel like it was definitely close between them in season 1 who was leader, but I feel like as season 2 went on and like everyone's basically went against Shane, it's like you can't be a leader if everyone disagrees with you. That's just the way it is. Unless you're appointed patch president, and Rick in this case has been appointed. I mean, if Rick has the backing, right, of Herschel, it's his farm, you know, Dale, who's a lefty, his family, people like Carol are just going to prefer Rick over Shane. Rick, and Shane's getting a chance, and Rick's got all the chances, right? And that's about it. But
the only person on Shane's side's Andrea.
Yeah. You've got a few tweeners like Daryl and T-Dog, like, who don't could fucking count
I think T-Dog actually edges towards Shane as well.
Yeah, I'd probably say so.
I don't think Daryl does. Not that he's... I'd say he's more Team Rick than anything, but...
He's got more Shane tendencies, but he'd side with Rick, if that makes sense.
I think so. Anyway, Rick and Shane, they arrive at the thing. Rick looks at there's two dead cops. Oh, could this be the future of Rick and Shane? Hopefully not. Shane's a bit confused. He's like, I wonder what got them, because there didn't appear to be any bites. And then Rick went, must have been scratches. And Shane's like, yeah, scratches. So scratches can turn you. So, I mean, Rick here, I'm assuming Rick is just not wanting anyone to know the secret that he knows, that Jenner told him in season 1. I just don't really understand why I don't see what Rick has to gain, or what he feels the group might become weaker for by knowing that. I just don't really...
Yeah, I mean, I guess Shane could go
It's not really
ballistic again.
groundbreaking, though, because if you're dead, you're dead. You don't need to fucking worry about it, like... Do you know, it's like, I don't see how that really affects anybody negatively, but I think Rick telling people could potentially save somebody.
You can make them aware of, if someone gets shot, etc., etc., or,
You know what, Rick...
or dies another way, then you can put that problem to ease.
Yeah, like, Rick mightn't tell anybody, right? Then, let's say Herschel dies in his sleep because he's an old bastard. I mean, like, Maggie could be, like, mourning him and stuff, holding his hand. The next minute he just wakes up and bites him.
And what if Carl died during surgery? And fucking Laurie's hugging him?
Exactly, or Herschel's trying to save him, or Patricia's in there. I do not see why Rick hasn't told anybody about that.
Yeah, it's almost like at this stage, it's like, I think if he said to Shane here, I think Shane would have probably went off on him again. It's like, you don't trust us. You're a shit leader, Rick. And then Rick,
keep us safe.
And then again, he cuts his hand, starts putting his blood over the fucking fence.
Yeah,
like,
Rick,
what are you doing?
So Rick's like, yo, we can't use the gun anymore. We need to be smarter. Use our knives. So he cuts his hands, smudges some blood on the fence. The walkers come over, licking the blood, and then Rick stabs it with a knife. Then he says it's Shane's turn. I don't really think the whole cutting your hand thing and
make a bit of fucking noise at the fence and they'll come over, man.
Yeah,
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
think the blood thing was necessary. We see Shane using the same tactic later on in the episode, but I mean, I think the walker would come to the fence regardless of whether there's blood there or not. Like, so
I know. Stupid from both of them. Like maybe Shane's just fucking up Rick's ass as well, copying him word for word.
So they leave Randall in there. They like take his blindfold off, leave him some supplies. They throw a knife down for him to untie himself. Randall's pleading not to leave him. He's like, "Come on, guys, I can help you. I can be useful. I'm not gonna kill anybody. I'm not like that. I know Maggie." And this stops Rick and Shane in their tracks. Rick just gives him that. That The Walking Dead do this all the time, where something important's revealed, and they'll just like zoom in on the person's fucking face.
Yeah, it's always Rick.
Yeah, it's like a stupid looking face, and then Shane's like, "What'd you say? How'd you know Maggie?" And they basically like, "Oh, we can't do this anymore." Shane says, "Right, we've got no choice. We have to shoot him." Rick tackles Shane to the floor. Says, "No, I'm not going to let you do this anymore. Not now." And Shane's like, "When, Rick? When?" I mean, let's be real. I mean, if you want to kill this guy, you may as well just get it over and done with.
Yeah, I know.
See here. No, but listen, Shane. Can we spoil the episode here?
Go for it.
Shane wants to kill him here. Rick's like, we can't. And then Rick decides to bring Randall back to the farm. And in the next episode, Rick's made up his mind he needs to kill him. And it's like, why not just let Shane do it there?
Yeah, like,
what fucking changed from Rick saying we can't kill him, we need to bring him back, to if anything, I think Rick should have been more like, no, we can't kill him. Shane, he helped us save you. I mean, if anything, from the decision where Rick says we can't kill him, Randall actually proves himself to be worthy, and
yeah, he helps him. But see, another key thing information here is, right, if Shane and Rick kill him, they can let on to the group, they let him go. Don't need to mention the fact they mentioned Maggie or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not like...
they please Dale and the rest of the people who were shitebags about it. You could lie.
Yeah, I know, but I just cannot see why Rick says here we can't kill him, but then the next episode's like, nah, it's our only choice.
Plot purposes.
I know, but there's no new information that comes to light.
I know.
It'd be different if he found it later. Oh, he knows Maggie, well, we need to kill him, but...
One big thing that comes to light, though, a wrench. Shane and Rick get at it again, bro.
Yeah, so they get into a brawl. Basically, Shane's like, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can keep them safe. So Rick and Shane start fighting. Shane overpowers Rick, throws him to the floor, throws a bike on top of him, goes to kill Randall, points his gun. Rick spears him, punches him, steals his gun. Shane gets up, throws a wrench at him. Rick dodges. It goes through a window. Rick's kind of looking at Shane like, fuck me, that wrench could have killed me if it hit me. Then the next minute, Walker's compelling out the window.
Rick hides.
Yeah, Rick kind of stabs him with, like, I think it was a knife or screwdriver or something, and then hides underneath the body. All the Walkers come after Shane. He gets chased into a bus. And then we have one Walker that actually catches Randall, and it leads off in a different direction. He tries to come after Randall, but Randall manages to untie himself in time. He like stomps on the arm of the Walker and it just like snaps in half. It's a bit bone sticking out, a bit disgusting. But even here, it's like you can see tendencies for Randall where he's not quite... I don't think he's like a civilized... I mean, he's saying to the Walker, oh, come on, bitch. And it's like, is that really the attitude?
Yeah, and even though he took the Walker, he seems like a fucking... He knows how to handle himself, like...
Well, that's not what I'm going at. I'm going at, like... I like see Dale. Dale wouldn't be taken down a walk and go, yeah, come on, bitch. I mean...
No, I get you. I feel like both ways, though.
Now, maybe Daryl would have said that. And you could argue about Daryl's part.
It's more comedic, like, for Daryl. I don't
know.
know,
but I think it just with kind of lang... And it almost seemed as if Randall was kind of getting pleasure out of, oh, I just, like, snapped the arm, like, oh, come on, bitch, what you got, kind of deal. Whereas, to me, like a nice person would just...
Personally, I think Randall was a part of a group who were bad, and he's also bad. Maybe just not as bad as the main bad guys of his group.
Well, let's be real, they were fucking shooting at Rick as well, so... Dave and Tony, I mean, they were willing to kill Rick and take the farm.
Oh, he's just a kid. He's like 17, 18, 19, or he could be someone who's like 25 but looks 18. Doesn't fucking matter. See that whole logic, man? You're fucking accountable for your crimes.
Well, he said he went to school with Maggie, and she's 22.
Well, see, there you fucking go. Oh, mate, it's ridiculous.
Young adult.
He's a young adult, but Rick, he gets up, he grabs... there is
a pretty cool scene here. I know you were going to fucking skip over it like you normally do, but that's cool. There's a cool scene here where, like, Rick is reaching for his gun, he's trying to find it, he crawls underneath a car, pulls it out, a walker's coming, he shoots it, the walker lands on top of him, then another walker comes and climbs on top of the walker that's on top of Rick. Rick's on his back, he manages to shoot that. But then a third walker comes and Rick's already got two walkers climbed on top of him, the third walker jumps on top, is trying to bite him. Rick can't really get an angle, he can't get his arm around to shoot the walker in the head, so he then puts the gun through the mouth of the second walker and shoots, and it goes up through the mouth and through the back of its head and into the other head of the walker on top, which was like a...
It was a pretty good kill, like...
He's got three walkers piled on top of him, but he had to shoot through the brain.
I know it was cool.
One
You
walker
actually
to get
saw
the
end of the magnum through
bang
its head.
Yeah. I mean, I actually thought it was pretty cool.
That was a really good shot.
I like that.
Usually they've got really shit CGI in The Walking Dead, but that was pretty good.
Then we have Rick grabs Randall. Randall's saying to Rick, here, come on, if you give me a gun, give me a gun at least, and I'll help you try and rescue Shane. And Rick's like, no, forget about it. And Rick...
I thought about it.
Think about it again. Rick takes off with Randall, and they just appear to leave Shane.
And Shane's like, Shane can't believe it. He's like, what the fuck?
Shane
And
is
see,
like,
at this stage, I mean, I honestly think Rick's fucking willing to leave him. I mean, I know you could say, oh, he was always going to go back, but maybe he changed his mind.
I think he changed his mind, and we'll talk about that lie. So Shane's in the school bus. He's trying to get the door closed. He uses the kind of Rick tactic where he cuts his palm and then puts blood on the door, so the walkers are licking the blood. Then he stabs them to try and get the door closed. There was people going around speculating that this kind of changed Shane because he got walker blood in his cut or something, and it sent him insane. But not really buying.
I could let this go a wee bit, maybe, if they're like, I mean.
But how many times have you seen like Rick or something?
No, but it's not the episode after he gets hanged. I mean, it's like there's a few.
I don't know, but how many times have you seen Rick like in the future, like with a machete, like pure just go rambo, and his entire face is covered in blood?
I know.
From walkers, nothing happens, so not buying that. Then we see Rick and Randall leaving, and Rick comes across the two police officers that were dead at the start of the episode, and I believe this is what kind of Rick looks at them and goes, that's me and Shane. So Shane's still in the bus. Next minute you see the car coming, Randall's driving, his fucking neck's taped to the seat, so I guess Rick doesn't trust him. So he tapes his fucking neck to the seat. He's driving, Rick shouts at Shane, yo, get out the back, and Shane manages to jump out the back window, jump through the window of the car, while Rick's covering him. Then they reverse the car, drives over a walker's head, and they make their exit from this school, and they're all celebrating. Randall's like, woo, yeah! Shane's like relieved, and Rick's kind of like, what the fuck has happened here?
That is damn right, but now we have to go back to the farm!
Yeah.
Beth wants to kill herself!
Yeah, Beth, feeling suicidal, steals a knife when Laurie's giving her a dinner. Laurie's like, you can't do that, so Maggie has to sit with her. Maggie asks Andrea if she can cover her for a bit. Andrea decides to...
What was Maggie doing, actually? It was so important that she couldn't sit with her suicidal sister.
I know, like, fuck me. So then, basically, Andrea leaves leaves her alone with a knife. Beth cuts a mirror or something, breaks a mirror in the bathroom, and, like, cuts her wrist a wee bit, but not enough to kill herself. And Andrea gets in shit for this. Maggie says
she wants to live.
But
Andrea said that, but it was so cringy, wasn't it? It was like she chose. That's it, Maggie. She wants to live. I hope they fucking do.
Well, I think you could argue that no, she actually wants to die. She just wasn't brave enough to do it.
I know you could argue that logic.
So I mean, whatever. And then Maggie says to Andrew, right, you stay at the house. You're not welcome back in the house. So I guess Andrew just has to sit outside. No more dinners in the house for Andrea.
You tell you what, this went fucking nowhere because she's already back in the house.
Yep. Meanwhile, there was like a... Fuck, I said meanwhile.
Nothing wrong with a meanwhile.
Before this, Andrea and Laurie were having like an argument in the kitchen. Laurie was like, oh, you need to start pulling your weight. You don't do the dishes, you don't do the cooking. It's putting pressure on me, Carol, and Maggie. Andrea's like, are you serious? I do other things. I keep the group safe with guns and protect ourselves from walkers. That's the real threat. Laurie starts lecturing Andrea, and Andrea's not having it. She says, well, maybe we just need to tell everybody to look on the bright side. They might end up like you know, husband, child, baby, boyfriend. And then Laurie's face kind of just like hits the fucking deck here, that Andrea seems to be on to the fact that her and Shane were a thing. Andrea just says, oh, people just need to look on the bright side.
See the struggle though of having to do dishes during an apocalypse. Imagine splitting dishes between 5 of you, like, and fuck, it's a task and a half, isn't it?
Aye.
I mean, like Patricia, Maggie, Carol, Laurie. I mean, who else? Beth would probably be fucking doing dishes if she wasn't sticking the plate in her wrist. So, I mean, there's 5 of them doing dishes, and Laurie's near greeting about it. The one time you go out on a run, you crash the fucking car. You suck. You're pish.
Yeah, it's not very good. Like, I fucking hate Laurie. I do. I hate Laurie. Anyway, that was pretty much it at the farm.
We see Shane and Rick back in the car. Shane sees the walker again. It's a bit closer.
Yeah.
And then they stop the car. They throw Randall in the back, blindfold him again, stick the AirPods in, the earphones, and they take off down the road.
Then Rick says, I'm probably going to have to kill that boy, but I want to sleep on it. There you go. Rick wants to sleep on it, guys. Big decision. Rick needs to fucking wait till tomorrow. And that's pretty much how the episode ends. Some wee song plays, decent song. Shane's again looking at that walker that we've seen on the way out. Now they're travelling back in 18 miles, and like what a waste of time, waste of ammo, waste of fuel, waste of fucking Shane and Rick getting beat up.
37 miles worth of fuel here.
And for
Rick
what?
went the extra wee bit.
And for what? You know, to take this guy out and then just drive him back to decide, oh, you know what? Instead of letting him go, we're going to kill him. I mean, the Rick and Shane stuff was really good, but I mean,
it is really good, but it's like, not that it was their scenes were pointless, but the whole scenario of why they're there was pointless.
Filler, man, it's fucking filler.
And the stuff, we didn't get Dale, we didn't get Glenn, we didn't get Daryl.
We didn't get T-Dog, but we never get T-Dog, so I mean, you're not really missing it there.
There's a serious lack of T-Dog in season 2.
Yeah.
Remember Travis Conn? Oh, season 3 is going to be big.
Is it the Walkers locked in the barn, or is it fucking T-Dog locked in the barn? Because you never get to see the guy, like.
I know.
Because he's black. Anyway, right, let's rank 18 miles out. What are you going for?
I don't know, but back to Dale. I mean, if he's got such a problem with this Randall being focal, whereas yes episode being like, I don't trust Shane with Randall. You know, stuff like that, fuck's sake. Anyway, rating out of 10. I'm gonna get a 6, honestly. Like, I mean, it's the Rick and Shane stuff's good, and I guess it is heavily focused on that, but it's unnecessary, and also the rest was shit. Who cares if Beth wants to kill herself? I don't. Would have saved us a shit story arc in season 5, so I wish she did.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I enjoyed the Rick and Shane dialogue. Season 2, the best thing going about season 2 is the dialogue, to be honest, because normally when you get like the interesting characters, you normally do get some good dialogue, and some nice conversation scenes, I guess. The fighting scene was alright. You know, I thought the walkers bursting out was pretty cool. But I mean, overall, the stuff at the farm, there was nothing eventful happening back at the farm.
Oh, Beth turned her wrist. What? What's going on?
I mean, we got nothing here. We didn't really get Herschel. We didn't really get Daryl or Glenn or T-Dog
Dale.
or Dale. I mean, we got fucking Andrea and Laurie and Maggie fussing over Beth, but where the fuck's Jimmy? Does Jimmy even exist? I don't know. Laurie brought up that.
Oh no, Jimmy's supposed to be Beth's boyfriend, and what, he was fucking nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, why is he not sitting with her? I mean, that just didn't make any sense.
And you can't say he's busy. Busy doing what?
We don't know what Patricia's
fucking washing Herschel.
We don't know what Patricia's doing, but apparently Andrea not doing the dishes is putting extra weight and pressure on Patricia, so maybe she's tried to kill herself as well. I'm giving it a 7. It's a 6.5.
I know, that's another stupid thing, right? At least with like Maggie and Patricia and Beth, they're kind of blind to the outside world, but Laurie's fucking been out there. No, I mean, what old whoop-de-doo, you have to do a few dishes? Fuck off.
Yeah, you could understand. See if it was Maggie, or maybe not even Maggie, she's seen a bit. See if it's Patricia saying, oh, you should help more with the dishes. You could say,
your guest here or something, fuck it.
You could maybe say, oh, here, it's her, you know, kind of, she's a resident there, and you could argue, well, she doesn't really know the danger they're up against. But Laurie should know the danger. And Laurie's trying to make it as if Andrea's not doing anything, whereas you kind of do need someone on watch. She's making it as, oh, you're just sitting up there working on your tan.
Working on your tan? Fucking tan the rest, Beth. But anyway.
Here. If Andrea was on top of the fucking RV instead of in the kitchen doing dishes, Dale might still be alive, spoiler alert.
And that's the bottom line, but we have to give this 6.5 out of 10, because that's what averages it to. But until then, we get 3 more to go with season 2. Woo! The Nature Dale.